So hi guys and welcome to my second build of the league. And yeah, this one is a spicy one. I tried to make some kind of ward loop work, or it's not like a loop, but uh, it, it's working fine. As you can see, I just can melt a level 15 simulacrum in seconds, the bosses, and yeah, let me just show you what I'm playing. I'm playing a Reliquarian with the Black K node. So to get a shit ton of flat physical damage with the Soul Rest staff. So we are getting like over 4k average physical damage to all our spells. And then we are using the Olroth bloodline to get restore ward on hit, and our main damage setups are linked to cast on ward break. Basically all our setups except in the helm, there are the auras in the helm. So we have in our body armor the cast on ward break with desecrates, spell cascade, and cremation, volatile death I mean. So this is generating our phantasms because the volatile death gets triggered when our ward breaks and consumes corpses. So we can get our phantasms up real quick. And yeah, so we have in total 3 ward break setups with a lot of spells that hit a lot and are self-sufficient, so spells that don't need additional proc or additional PS or stuff like that. So we can sustain the ward with the 5% chance to restore ward on hit. And yeah, basically that's the concept of the build. So we also have very synergistic and very good defensive layers. We make use of the Dawnbreaker node. So we convert 100% of lightning cold to chaos or fire, because we are using divine flesh to convert 50% of elemental taken to chaos. And then we have Watcher's Eye, no, Bound by Destiny, 7% of elemental damage taken as chaos. And then we have the last 18% to get 100 is 18% of cold and lightning taken as fire from the Watcher's Eye, Purity of Fire mod. So in a total we take 57 as chaos and 43 as fire. So that means we don't take any cold and lightning. So that means we can use fit in the Doriani's prototype in the build. Since we already use Bone Melt, which gives us a ton of minus res, we have 62 phantasms, which means we get 124 minus all res. Also chaos res. So that's a bit of the problem of the build, to get enough chaos res. This is made easier with Mage Blood, obviously, since we can use an Amethyst to get like 70% chaos res. So in total, if we subtract the minus 124, we are still overcapped. And also with the fire. So we have our ward pieces we only have the gloves open and the boots, since the other pieces are already set in place, the Dark Monarch and the Doriani prototype. But it fits perfectly with the ward we need to hit the threshold for the cast on ward break. It says has a line. They added the line this patch, I think. Supported spells have 5% increased cooldown recovery rate per 100 ward. It was uncapped before. Now it's capped at 400%. So we need exactly 8000 ward to get 400% increased cooldown recovery. With all the global defense from Bone Melt and these two pieces and the Iron Flask, we get around 8.1k ward. So we can have the highest trigger rate possible. Yeah, so we have our damage is coming from Doriani's prototype with minus 200 res if we have all our phantasms up. And then all the flat damage from the Ascendancy, the Reliquarian, the Black Cane. Yeah, so basically only, yeah, we only need to get percent damage now. And we get a lot of percent damage from a Light of Meaning combo in the Scion area. Get a Light of Meaning here, then a Might of the Meek here, and then an Unnatural Instinct here. So all these nodes are affected by both Light of Meaning and Unnatural and Might of the Meek. So we get a lot of physical damage, 9% per node in the radius of the Unnatural Instinct. Also all these life nodes are boosted life and boosted physical. And these are 21 phys, so that's a lot of damage percent. Then we also have a really nice Glorious Vanity right here. Can basically take these two for 1 point each. That's max chaos, and chaos res plus double damage physical damage. And also we want to take these two nodes, physical damage and double damage physical again. Then we can take this mana mastery, which is really efficient for the mana reservation. Then we go up here, we want this staff mastery, so we can also take this node, and the small nodes are also good, life and physical damage again. Then we have this node right here, also chaos and max chaos res. So a lot of good nodes on nodes that you want to take. So we travel here, we have a Thread of Hope, we needed a bit more minus res, so we get a Thread of Hope with minus 20 some all res, so we get a 200 minus res for the Doriani cap. So we can grab some good damage nodes here, Divine Wrath and Counterweight, and also Light of Divinity and these two reservation nodes here. So to fit our auras perfectly, and we also have an cost reservation, Corrupt on the helm. So we are using Herald of Thunder. That's how we break our ward constantly. And we use the Storm Secrets to self-damage. And yeah, this normally has an implicit of Lightning Res, which you don't want, so you have to get any Corrupt. I was lucky and got the Wrath Mana Reservation to fit all my auras. But you don't need that, you just need to get rid of the Lightning Res. And also the frequency, I try to line up the hit rate with the cast on ward break. So my my cast on ward break has a cooldown of 0.2 or 0.19. So every every fifth hit, 5 times a second, I have to self damage or under. But if I have this at 30% and no quality on the Herald of Thunder, it already has a hit rate of 5.2. So I just opted in for a lot of quality, and I just for the most frequent hit rate, since I in combat I also get hit by enemies, and yeah, if the enemies are tankier, I also hit more, so I trigger more. So this is like if you need the damage in Simulacrum, especially, it will be there. Yeah, we also use 2 large clusters. 1 megalomaniac. You need this node is very important to keep up your phantasms. And then this node is nice to have. And we also need 1 more reservation node, and I use the cello tree. You can also use Purity of Fire or the Wrath, maybe if you have this corruption. I don't think Wrath would be enough. Oh, and yeah. Then we also have to convert all the physical into lightning. We are using the lightning mastery for 40%. Then we are using the gloves for the remaining 60%. Have the ether or the exarch, no, in this case the ether mod with 25, and the chosen, the veiled mod for the 35. These gloves are actually pretty insane. I got very lucky crafting them. I think I bought gloves on the market with the double tier 1 and then just veiled chaos them, and I hit this at the second try, I think. Just veiled chaos, got a prefix, unveiled convert fizz. And then I just crafted the suffix with Eldritch and the new league mechanic, and I slammed the fire res or any res and then swapped it with harvest to fire. I had so much fire res I could probably drop 1 or maybe even 2 res rolls. And I also got this ring with life gain on hit with spells. This is important because you have so many hits, it will just bump you up to full all the time. And also you need this ring for influence hunter, and I have chanced the storm secret and the staff for the you need I have also the cooldown recovery for the shaper, 2 shaper items. This is actually you need 6% cooldown recovery anywhere to hit another threshold for the cast on ward break gem. That's why I have it just here, because it's basically free if I have double influenced items like these 2. Then I need the last piece with the influence is my boots. It's not that good because I don't really use any hunter mods on the boots, but I rather had Eldritch implicits. But you need somewhere to have the influence. The best place would probably be the mage blood, but that would be pretty much yeah, impossible almost. So yeah, that's why I chose the boots. Then I have another cluster with some energy shield leech to sustain all the gems. We are triggering a ton of gems, and we with the bone metal, with all the phantasms, all the global defense, we get around like 3k energy shield. So that's uh, barely enough with the leech, but it should be fine most of the time to recover enough to spend all this trigger, all the stuff's going on. We have 1 ward break setup which is for utility and like defense, and with assassin mark and phase run for phasing and a lot of move speed. Then steel skin for bleed immunity, and yeah, the buff is up a ton of the time. It's like it has like a 0.5 second cooldown, so basically always have it up if you don't have ward, which is really really nice. And you have basically bleed immunity. Super good. That's why I opted in for this. And not I was trying going armor in the build, but I didn't really see the didn't really make sense to me to go armor, because steel skin is just so good for the bleed immune, and it's up all the time. It has a lower cooldown, also has Molten Shell. And as soon as I swapped from armor to and dropped the term for Cemetery also, and I felt a lot tankier. And I could also get much more damage that way. We are using a Bladefall of Tratus in this unset ring just to get the loop starting. So if we enter a map or something like that, we just run over the mobs and shock them, and then we self-damage us with Storm Secret, and then all the stuff is triggering. Yeah, we have a lot of nice mods, nice pieces. We have the vestigial, or I don't know how you say it, but from the Cloak of Flames, we put it on the Dorianish prototype to take 20 physical damage as fire. Then we also get 25 from the Ascendancy, which makes it 45. That's basically all our physical mitigation. Yeah, but it seems like that's enough. Yeah, I'm thinking about what should I talk about? The flask maybe. As a unique flask, I'm using Bottled Faith just for the crit chance. I think we are not crit capped without it. And also increased damage taken, and Sulfur Flask also 40% increased damage is pretty nice. Then we are using this to cap our Chaos Res and also some crit chance. We use the Quicksilver for move speed, obviously, since we cannot use the Katarina bloodline with the Phantasms. So then we are using the Ravi Flask for max res mostly, and also to cap our fire res. And avoid shock with Storm Shroud. Yeah. So we are ailment immune. And the Iron Flask is very important. Get one with increased ward and increased effect. So you get over that 8k breakpoint for the cast on ward break gem. So yeah, did I talk about this? This is a Bladefall setup, also with Conk effect. Since the volatile dead orbs are not really affected by Conk effect, and Bladefall is better with Conk effect if you use Blade Blast. It overlaps on bosses more. That's why, and yeah, I don't really have any damage links to Blade Blast. I think it's just makes more sense to put more gems in to get more hits to recover, have a very higher chance to recovering your ward. Don't think it's worth to make a falling setup just for Blade Blast. So I just opt in for more gems and also a few nice lingering blades to get more blades. Also, you don't need to level the gems up at all, basically. I just leveled them up because I had the mana. I had enough mana, energy shield sustain with Eldritch Battery. And I also, if you just level them to around like 7, you only need 100 decks, so you just don't have to get a lot of decks. Could have even less if you want to level them down a bit more. Yeah, that's basically it. Like, yeah, this is nothing new. This is the Summoned Phantasm 21 and the Congregation for to get 62 Phantasms. Yeah, I got a decent, like the build was pretty costly, I have to say. But I got most stuff myself, like this stuff I crafted, and then was like the first double corrupt I hit. I was very lucky with the helm. It took a while. I think this was actually my first double corrupt, but it took like 20 helms to get even one double. So also decently lucky, because this one is like 400 diff as I checked. Yeah. Bone Melt with 6% defense is also not that cheap. I don't know how much is right now. Oh, this with the enchant. 144 diff, okay, it's pretty expensive. It was like 100 diff when I bought it, and Yeah, right now I don't know if Heartseeker is the best scrub, but I don't have a lot of multi right now. Have like 358, it's nothing, but damage is fine. Yeah, like you saw, like I melted the Delirium bosses in seconds. I also have the multi-corrupt here, so it would be even lower if I didn't have that. The socket gem quality is also really nice. I don't know how to use it because I don't know what are the best gems to put here. Just it's decent. You don't need it. Definitely don't need it. Yeah, you also need this one room craft for the 40% defenses to get enough, and also the mastery from the staff. And I think that's basically it. Just wanted to show this build. There are a lot of or more people playing it. Some play it with the Eye of Innocence to self damage. I saw someone also doing something like a ward loop kind of build with the summoned Phantasm, so get like a reduced duration and stuff like that. But I don't think it's consistent if you don't have the combo with all the like the rays, some you're falling, and yeah, the SRS and stuff like that. I'm really happy with the build, and I'm farming Delirium, a lot of Delirium, and here and there I also farm some Delirious maps with the Paranoia and stuff. So this build can really handle like super tanky content. It's really made for that. So yeah, the max hit is not that high, but it's enough, so I don't really die a lot. It's like random one-shots sometimes kill me, but yeah, if you could get like around 5k life would be much better, but maybe I will reach 5k, but I have to change a bit and drop a bit of damage maybe. And I also think have to think about a way to get more multi in the build, because like this is just not enough, I think. Like I always want at least like 500 multi, but I don't know how to get that right now. Yeah, I will leave a path of building. I don't even think I have POB'd my build. But yeah, maybe it's time. So thanks for checking out my video, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.